Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live.
Good morning, everyone. This place is so junky right now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Make sure I have everything close by. Good morning. Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? I'm in a lazy kind of day today, like lazy. Sometimes after book club, we can stay in book club till 1:30 in the morning. Hands down. Last night it was till 1:30 in the morning. But last night was really good. It was really good because it was one of those times in book club where we saw movement like showing up in our face, right? It was really different. And we saw movement without doing a reading, right? We saw everybody pitching in to talk to one person, and then that one person made a suggestion to another person, and then another person pulled up an application, and then it got that person like looking at things a little differently. And then when all is said and done, we're like, maybe this could be a collaboration between this person and that person. It was good last night. It was so good. It was one of those times when I value having the book club. I mean, I value it. You know, I know you guys think I'm like strong and all that, and it's bullshit. I'm really not, right? I just have to keep it pushing, right? It's a part of the type of empath that I am. So, oh, by the way, Friday after dark at 9 p.m., we're going to talk about the different types of empaths. Which empath are you? There are different types. And a type of empath that I am, which is the description is to me to the T. I don't always understand laying down and stressing and worrying. Like, I don't get that inside my head. Like, I'm always thinking somebody needs help out there, because I remember when I needed help and no one was there for me. And I can appreciate God in that way, although to go through what I've gone through in my lifetime, I would wish it on no one. But I do understand God in that way, that if He did not allow me to see what I would be helping in my clients, I would be of no use to you. I realize that now. So every time I went through something, I would be like, God, why me? Why me? Right? And it didn't come down to why not me. It came down to, you're going to be doing something, and how can you do it if you haven't had that experience. You don't get it when you're going through it. So I didn't understand it in my 20s when I was in the midst of, you know, late 20s in the midst of having a divorce. It didn't happen for 7 years. I didn't understand it when my friends encouraged me to not date an Italian man. Like, I was too weak in my spirit not to listen to my friends at the time. I was 30-ish, which is a reasonable age, but I really hurt his feelings because I was listening to my stupid ass friends. You know, I didn't understand it when I was living in New Jersey, and there's microaggression in a community that wasn't enough integration, but they pride themselves on integration. They prided themselves on integration. There's a lot of mixed race couples in the Jersey town that I was raising my son up in. I didn't understand all that experience. I don't get it. I didn't get it. I was just like, again, this is bullshit, right? But I don't understand it. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand my gift when I was kind of like concerned in Jersey and I didn't want to call on my family. You know, when you're that stubborn and you're like, I'm not going to tell them I'm having issues. I refuse to. And I met an older gentleman who wanted to take me back to Georgia. And by sitting in his car is the first time I recognized I better listen to myself. And I got a vision that I was going to be chained to his basement. But he kept saying, I'll take care of you. There's nothing you need to do. I'll take care of you. And I needed that. I needed to be taken care of because I had been a single parent for a few years at this point. Not a lot of years, but a few years. And I thought I needed someone to take care of me. I didn't understand that it was truly my job to figure out that I can take care of myself, right? Listen, at the age that we don't talk about, Bruno, we were still in that era where you need a man. And if you don't have a man, you're weird. So I was processing things in that era. But then I got in his car, and the car told a story and gave me a flash of what I would be going through. And I swear to God, I don't remember seeing my son in the flash. And so it was at that point that I called my dad. And I was like, I need help. And he was like, well, what do you need? And I was like, I need help. And he's like, well, my dad, always bargaining. I could help you, but in order to help you, you have to come back to Staten Island. So there I go, moving to Staten Island, in my cousin's home. She had an apartment on his side. And I didn't realize I was the one that pulled the family together. Every party was at my house. I loved it. I never had a moment by myself. It was so much fun. But in a way, it was like, was it fun or was it, let's use her? Like, I couldn't figure any of that out too. But at some point, I don't know if I cared. My mom came over all the time, cooked all the time. There was never a meal I had to, but I also think she didn't trust my cooking. But I don't even care. I never had to worry about my son being clean. She was immaculate. Like, COVID, COVID ain't got nothing on her. She was washing hands. Get in there and wash your hands right now. That's how she would talk. I didn't understand at the very act of, at some point I got my own place away from my cousin because she wound up being loopy. Jesus Christ. Which was probably the beginning of me having family problems because she was at the center of it. And I wound up at my own place and people just kept gravitating. It was beautiful until it wasn't. And that's when you saw Tracey gets whatever she wants. Tracey, why does everybody cater to Tracey? And it's like, no, they're not catering to me. I'm giving everyone a place to come in and relax. I'm not turning them away. I'm not saying I'm too tired to deal with you. I'm saying, come on in. I'm going to take a nap. If you're still here when I come back down, we'll party. But if you just want to sit, my dad would be like, I just want to sit around. Then go take a nap, child. You know, my mom would be like, I just want to clean your house. I'd be like, okay, it's crazy. And I could never turn them away. So when it came down to being taken care of, I wasn't being taken care of because I demanded, because I was spoiled. I was being taken care of because I was giving them a place to be. Sometimes I think I was giving them a place to be out of their own misery, right? I believe that. So the house became the sanctuary, the peace. My house was the house that my mother and father could actually coexist together. Those two hated each other. My house, fine. I was like, I'd come down like from sleeping and I'd be like, oh my God, they're both here together and they're talking like they're in their 20s. Like, what is happening, God? Why are they in my house liking each other? So I would come down and I'd be like, so you guys like each other? No. See, that's what's wrong with her. She'd be getting all up in everybody's business. That would be my dad and my mom as I'm standing right there. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Fine. In 2 minutes, you two are going to hate each other. Watch. I guarantee, I can bet on it. And then they would look at me and they'd be like, she's very miserable. She's very miserable. Like, I could kick you two out, by the way, which I never did. So when it came down to being taken care of, yeah, the doors were open for me. The doors were open for me. And I say this to say that I didn't understand everything that I was going through. But then it led me to spiritual book club. And it's the same thing. Like Zoom is Tracey's house. Come on in, relax. We do stay focused on Zoom. It's not a place where you can just come in and spew the language that you're accustomed to spewing, right? It is a place to safely switch from the way you were raised or the way you have always been processing your thoughts, to allowing yourself to have peace. Have the peace to think differently. That's what book club invest in. Have the peace to think differently, not better, just different. Have a have a have the opportunity to remold yourself slowly, right? We only meet once a week, but to remold or to be around people who have already been remolded. And who knew Tracey's house was going to lead to a spiritual group? But I had to have that experience of Tracey's house to know, am I at the center? of your Kundalini change? Can I help? The answer is yes. First of all, I already know it because I witnessed it. I witnessed my mom and dad, mortal enemies, like each other. Like, you people disgust me. In my mind, I would say that. I was like, oh my God, they disgust me. Not understanding that it was the very spirit inside of me that got them to act differently. That my house was so relaxing for them that they came in with love. Weirdos. Yeah. In any case, we had a great group session last night, and I want to just thank everyone that found grace and participated and found movement, right? When one of the group mates pulled up an application for another group mate, and it was like, whoa. And I'm looking at this, right? Because I'm more of an observer in the group. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, whoa, whoa. And you know the group mates. One of them is from the psychic, super psychics participation. Her name's Paula, one of Latinx. And the other one is Lamar, who, hands down, I love Lamar. And the other one was Sylvester. And there was this triangle between the three that was just popping off. And I'm like, what is happening? And as a moderator, you kind of have to sit back and let the spirit in Paula connect to the spirit in Lamar, to connect to the spirit of Sylvester, to connect to the spirit of Lamar. And it kept going. Thank you, Tanisha. Where have you been? Let me see what's everybody saying. I'm just looking at the fact that y'all are talking. Good morning, Grand Rising, good health, Stephen, good health, CW, Solista, good health, Miss Netsucky Love, good health, Irie, good health. Good health, Lisa D, good health, Ebony, good health, Angel. Yes, so I'm gonna be talking about the different types of intuitive. And hopefully I can impress upon you all how to handle your intuitive energy, because some of you are abusing yourselves. Good health, Bree. What are you talking about, Keisha? They had good integration but bad inclusion. What is that? Juanita, good health. Lolita, good health. All right. AB, good health. Mm. Okay, sweetie. I trust you. My skin is so dry. Let me just cream my legs real quick. Oh, why is my skin so dry? All right. Usually after I take my shower, I cream myself down, but I didn't today because sometimes I don't always have to. You know, we naturally have oils inside of us, and because I'm in the sun, like the oils come out quicker because I'm in the sun. Today's not happening. I don't always have to cream myself, but I think it's a good idea to cream yourself every day, but I don't always. Like if I have to go out in the sun, I will not cream myself because something about the cream clogs the pores and makes me sweat more. Yep. But in any case, um, there was a lot of movement last night in Spiritual Club, and whew, it was nice. hmm And I do find as of lately that Ifasheye and I tend to moderate the group because we are the fabulous beings. We're both Leos. How is that even possible? But she comes with a unique perspective on things, as do I, and yet there is a compliment. And so sometimes if I'm trying to make a point, she'll come in and capture the attention and also augment that change inside of someone, which reminds me, talking about Ifasheye, also Ifasheye was part of the group. I feel like she's more of a listener, and then gives input when there is something that needs to be fixed within the group or fixed within the person. So, talking about Ifasheye, get rid of this. Oh, no, no, yeah, no, this is fine. Hold on. There you go. Ifasheye's respiratory defense class for cold and flu season is Sunday, November 20th at 6 p.m., featuring herbs that support physical and spiritual healing. Why did that leave? Featuring herbs that support physical and spiritual healing for your respiratory system. Learn about easily accessible herbal allies you can use to support, protect, and maintain your respiratory health during the cold and flu season. All right. So we have pneumonia, we have chest congestion, we have RSV, and if your child has not contracted RSV yet, take this class, because if he contracts it, he won't be hospitalized, right? Because you would have already elicit herbal teas to prevent an extreme reaction to the RSV that's going around. So I'm really inviting you all to come to the class. All right. And I love at the bottom where she says, make your own medicine. And I am missing something. God damn it. How did that happen? Let me see if I can just take a picture of it. Okay. I'm going to put up a picture, guys. I don't know how that happened. Hold on. That was just dumb. Hold on, guys. This is brand ad. Register at www.orinaturals.com. Make your own medicine, DIY demonstration, your own herbal concoction. All right. And I see some elderberries in there, garlic, onions, ginger. I think that's oregano in there. I love me some oregano. Ciao. All right. But I have to tell you, one of the things that got us all through COVID, right, was Ifasheye telling us what herbs we should be using, right? You know, especially thyme, right? And I have to tell you, there are times, I haven't done it in quite a few months, but there are times when I would just make thyme tea and just drink it. There are times when I would make thyme, oregano. We've talked about this, a clove of garlic, turmeric. I can't even think of some other stuff. I'd make it in one big batch, put it in a pitcher, and drink it all week long. So a lot of us escaped the thralls of COVID. All right. And I just discovered that the woman who wrote the book, Julia and Julia, and was in that, I think Meryl Streep was in the movie. I just found out that she believes through her tweeting that COVID, having had COVID, has compromised her, right? And I want you all to understand there is a way to compact, there is a way to get out of the thralls of COVID. So if you have COVID, it's not about, oh, I had COVID and survived, right? That's not what's happening, everyone. It's having had COVID and not knowing that COVID still lives inside. But there are herbs that can get COVID out. The problem with COVID is that nobody understands that it lives still. And it lives in some part of your body that it wants to attack. So what you have to do is get some herbal medicine that truly cleans you out from COVID not finding a host organ. Do you understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense? I hope I am. Oh, something to have to wash here. Washing. Today's washing day, guys. Gotta wash. Do I need to wash this? Yeah, I think I can wash this today. Sometimes I wash things just to be washing them too. But it looks like it needs to be washed. Doesn't really, but I'm going to go ahead and wash it. This is for the back of my chair. Yes, prevention and health maintenance. Yes. So I don't want everyone to think, oh, child, I had COVID and oh, it was bad. No, it's kind of still lying dormant somewhere. So let's learn to get these herbs inside of us that can truly kick COVID out. All right. All right now. I didn't get to ask yesterday because I've been forgetting about Hump Day, but how's everyone doing? Tell me how you're doing while I look up CNN. How are you all doing today? Pretend it's Hump Day. Oh my God, I just want us to get past these elections. I hope everyone is voting. You know, early voting is out in most of the 50 states. I hope you all are voting. I'm mellow. Oh, I like that. I like mellow. That's a good place to be. Your cells must be happy with being mellow. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? How are you feeling today? How's it going? By the way, I don't know if everybody saw the Kanye West video that I put out. Please check it out. It's really, really heavy. I did not know how bad things were. I'm telling you, the psychic readings can pick up on so much. Oh, which reminds me, the psychic readings can pick up on so much. So if you want a psychic reading with me to pick up on your situation, text me 213-458-7408. Ooh, child. Kanye's got some issues. So check out the video. All right. I'm going to start the 5 things you need to know for November 3rd. I am your YouTube correspondent. I am your only CNN YouTube correspondent. Hi, LaShonda. Aw, good morning, Janine. Good morning. Heading to the gym after I feed my inside and outside babies. Oh, I love that. Especially your outside babies. I love that. I'm doing great. My husband's been making me laugh all week. I love a man with a good sense of humor. Well, you married him. Oh my God, laughter is so healing. So, laughter is healing. I'm gonna Tracy. Hi, Ori Naturals. I just talked about your class on November 20th at 6 p.m. Contact www.orinaturals.com. We just finished posting your flyer. Angel says, hi, Ori. LaShonda, how are you, sweetie? I feel adapting of life, but I'm in the flow. Okay, all right. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go with it. I feel adapting of life, but I'm in the flow. Sometimes what happens when you're on a crowded sidewalk, right? Sometimes you just go with the flow, don't resist, right? Laughter is medicine, yes. Oh, yes, Lysandra, you did watch the Kanye video? It was heavy. It was heavy. Ori Natural says prayers to everyone. And Angel, she said hi. Aw, yes. And I was talking about in the beginning, Ori, how good group was last night, and how there was so much encouragement amongst, the group. It's amazing. Yes, no resistance, no resistance, just flow of love and blessings. Yes. And if you get angry, child, get angry. That does not diminish the amazing person that you are. I'm having high anxiety today, trying to breathe through it. What's your trigger, sweetie? What's your trigger? Something triggered it. Recognize the trigger, because if you recognize the trigger, you can diminish the anxiety. But if you invest in the anxiety, because sometimes that's all you know is investing in anxiety, you will keep it all day. So find a quiet place and breathe through your nose and out through your mouth 10 times. Close your eyes and ask yourself, talk to your body, what triggered this? All right. I'm staying in a good place while so much has been going on lately involving the Mikos down here. Interesting that you put it that way, though, Angel. Is the situation with the Mikos, are you involved personally? Is the involvement on your block, coming in your house? Do you understand? Does it prevent you from getting normal things done? We have to separate what that means to you, because the investment in the Mikos is where your Kundalini is off. So are you investing in it because it's sensationalism, or is it a habit to get involved in something that maybe you have no control over? Like maybe this Miko stuff needs to play itself out without you getting involved. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I'm a big fan that when something like that happens, you pray over it, because that can be your only job sometimes. There's a soul that left us, right? Pray for his soul. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Allowing yourself to get involved in the everyday sensationalism of his death. All right? I hope I'm helping, because that's our job. As spiritual people, our jobs are to recognize what's going on, but to also remember that you don't have to step into everything, right? If you step into everything, when you're really needed, you're pooped out. And that is no longer being spiritual. You think it is, but it can't be, because that's not how God designed you to spiritually step into everything. There's murders every day. 154 people died in Seoul, Korea. Did you get involved with that emotionally? No, because it was too far away. But just because something is right around the corner, it's kind of the same thing. But prayer allows you to get involved, right? Allows you to participate, right? Allows you to release. And prayer is amazing. It works, people. The Kanye video was deep. You tapped into some strong energies. Oh my God. I literally at some point I looked around my house like, I don't want them energies in my house. Nope. LaShonda says, hi, Priestess Ifasheye. Just breathe, LaShonda. Yes, just breathe. Yes. Thank you for that, Ori. Thank you for that. Yes, that's what I've learned. Acceptance of the ugly is damn good for me. That brings out a beauty and blessings. I have no idea what that means, Tanisha. I have no idea what that means. What does that mean? Yes, that's what I've learned. Acceptance of the ugly is damn good for me. That brings out a beauty and blessing. I have no idea what that means. Oh, yes. Remember to like, thank you, and support the channel. Thank you, sweetie. If you live in Houston, because of what happened with Takeoff, parentheses, Miko's, getting killed, the city feels so different. A lot of edgy energy. Pray, just pray. Right. I'm not doubting that you guys are going through something. That's not what I said at all. I'm saying this is not going to be your first killing. It's not going to be your last. So what can you do as spiritualists? And you don't have to do it in a group, but the minute something happens, if you take the energy, pull it in, take the chi, pull it in, pray, and release, you all can heal Houston. Do you see the difference? That's what I'm saying. It's a way of changing the energy around you, not investing in the edgy energy that is sitting over you. It's got to get broken up regardless. It has to. So find the strength to not invest in the death of. Find the strength to release it. And that can be started by one person. But imagine if all the spiritual beings did that. You might get some answers, some clarity if the spiritual people break up that chi so that police can come in and really figure out what the hell happened. No, Angel. Being emotional intuitive is not your gift. It's not. But I feel like I'm chastising. So tomorrow we're going to talk about, and this is the perfect time to talk about empaths and not believing that your gift is to feel this energy. Empaths feel it naturally. That's the definition of an empath, to feel naturally. But all that you feel could actually wind up hurting you. And God doesn't want to lose the individual in you. But if you accept all this feeling as your gift, what are you feeling? Like, are you feeling the murder, the gunshot, the drowning? Like, are you there? And if you are, how do you get out of it? So the trick to your gift is knowing that you feel it. That's the trick. Because when you begin to do readings, whether it's with tarot or face to face, you can say, I feel like I'm drowning. Did someone drown? Do you see the difference? But you don't stay in there drowning with someone. You come out of it and you're like, I believe this is what happened. I think I felt everyone in that room, and I believe that this is what. Two different things. And then allow the prayer to take it and break up that chi. Am I making sense? Oh, oh, girl, please. That came out mid-sentence. I had no idea what you were talking about. I was like, what? Oh, yes. Well, I say invest in anger because I don't want faux energy healers. I don't want you to act like, well, I'm just this person and I can just blessings and kindness and love and light. I don't believe in that. I believe we have to honor all of our emotions because we came down here to be humans. That is your first job, is to be a human. Everything else, we're going to learn to work with everything else that our body is doing. I've been taking classes, listening to speakers about transmuting empath energy. Yes. Yes. Because, okay, so let me give you guys another example. If you don't learn to transmute empath energy, we get depressed, we get sick, we begin to get a little paranoid because what you're feeling is always right, but is it always right to constantly tell people what's going on? And so we're transmuting what you're taking in. We have to push back. We have to push. We have to push back out. And we have to release it. In the case of Houston, spiritualists, I'm talking to you guys, that any murder is heavy. Any murder of an artist or a celebrity is heavy. But if you're going to care about Miko's, then I would have expected you all to care about 150 people that died in Seoul, Korea. For me, there's no difference. So why are we just focused on here, except that here is so personal? But break up that chi so that it's no longer personal and pray for the soul. That poor boy's soul is traveling, probably confused, probably going, what the hell happened? Why am I not in this card game? What do you mean? Where am I? Can you imagine? That's why sometimes a slow death prepares the soul, right? I'm never against somebody going into hospice, being in a hospital. A slow death prepares the person and prepares the family members. A fast death, look, you all are in a tizzy right now. You can't handle it. If you can't handle it, that's Mikos's energy that you're, not Mikos, takes off energy that you're feeling. Pray for him. Pray for him. Oh, Leos are some of the greatest teachers in life. We are. A little bossy sometimes, but all right. Well, I'm trying to be. We'll discuss it better during Tracy After Dark, because I'm going to explain all the feelings that you all go through being an empath. And I'm telling you, oh my God, some of the feelings are profound. Like, you all are going to say, well, that's me. Well, that's exactly who I am. Mm-hmm. Yay! Hercules, Hercules. Oh, so happy you got your package to Kiki Witch. I am, oh, by the way, talking about cleansing your energy, Angel, I am selling cleansing baths to, like, when you get that feeling, take a bath in my herbs. And then I learned from Lamar that I kind of have to do it again with this eclipse. I was going to do something else, but he's like, no, no. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So I'm going to repeat it for this eclipse energy, meaning take a bath. And Kiki Witch, it comes in a pouch. Use that pouch to put your herbs in. All right. So that none of the herbs are all over your tub. Oh, thank you, Soul Sister. I know I can't wait too. I'm prepping for tomorrow's Tracy After Dark as we speak. Sin W says, yes, I also get emotional and feel certain things when someone passes. But I feel it and let pass it through and pray for the family. Whenever you feel something, pray it out of you and place it. Let it land with the person. Right? And by the way, do you understand that's your gift? Your real gift is placing like kindness and prayer onto the situation. That's your real gift. And to know that that's something you can offer up, wow, it'll change your whole life. Hi, Lisa Stanford. Yes, I saw that. Yeah. Oh, except for you, the Chango is not to be bathed in. That's just for candle magic. Ah, yes. But did you hear me? The Chango is for candle magic. So set that aside for when you want to do some powerful Chango candle magic. The other one is for, whatever, whatever. Okay, okay. Just making sure. Just only to the people that I know have brought the Chango before did I not explain anything. But if you've never invested in the Chango, plus you got the herbs for cleansing negativity, then I would have to explain to you guys, this is not for the bath. Your coochie will burn. Coochie, coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie, coochie. Coochie, coochie, coochie. I just want to say coochie. I just want to break up the energy. By the way, Lisa, D, laughter breaks up the energy. That's why I joke a lot. It breaks up the energy. Because I could tell you guys are a little serious right now. I could tell. Some of you are a little angry right now. I can tell. It's my gift through Zoom. Lighten up. It's okay. Let's not take everything so seriously. Breathe, everybody. No anxiety, no anger. Breathe. Don't be mad. Don't watch me to hate me, people. it'll work against you. I promise you, because I still end up happy. See, y'all know I'm watching. Look, the energy in here is fucked up right now. I can feel it. Stop it. Ah, breathing. Good. Breathe. Breathe your nose. Out through your mouth. Breathe. Lashonda. Out through your mouth. And do that and listen, right? Don't be so I'm ready to speak. Sit back and listen. Coochie coochie. Coochie coochie coochie. Yeah. The best knowledge I receive is always know who you are co-creating with, Mother, Father, God. Yes, you are protected and loved, and yes, your guides have the best sense of humor. Yes, absolutely. And if you have CBS, they have a show that they're streaming called Ghosts. This show is the perfect example of how spirits are jokesters in a good kind of way. Some of them are, you gotta watch the show. It's on its third season, I think. Watch the show go so that you could understand like what is really around you. And I'm not joking, I'm like, they're right there watching. At night, I do feel like somebody comes over, right? And I have a L-shaped sofa. But every once in a while, I get lazy and I don't want to fix the pillows. So for about a week, I didn't fix the pillows. And I could see an imprint where they were sitting on the L side, but not stretching out. And I was like, wait, do you guys actually sleep and hang out here? So I started fixing the pillows, arranging the pillows so that the L shape can be the bed that they want to. All right, I'm just a little crazy. I mean, don't listen. This is. Oh, is it? Oh my God. Watch it from the beginning, but they are in their third season. So good. It was a BBC one. I saw the BBC one, hilarious. And then the American version, they brought it to the Americas, and so good. So good. Oh, thank you for your energy, Tracy. Love and appreciate. You're quite welcome. By the way, love the top. Actually, it's a one piece. It's a one piece. Doesn't it look like something that belongs in the Caribbean? And I brought this way before I hit the Caribbean. I have 3 of these to when I do my candle magic. Usually I come on in one outfit and then I switch to put these on. But I think for the last 3 weeks, I haven't been doing that. And when I do my candle magic, I want to be able to take the candle and like put it on my clothes. Because when you're doing things and you're cleaning and you're like, right? So first I was going to carry an apron, but it's too hot. So in any case, this is my candle outfit so that I could get it nice and dirty. And soy candle washes off very easily. Paraffin doesn't. Yes, I love the show. I love anything funny. That's how I manifested my husband. Oh, I asked God to send me a funny man. Wow. I love that. Yes, ask and you will receive. Yes, yes, child. Yes. So, okay, I felt the mood lighten up. Thank you. The mood got light. I have books on my L-shaped couch, and I can tell my peoples are like, wow, where do we chill? Yes. Lately, they've been sending me impressions of getting a bookcase to move them to. I would do that. I would do that. I have a bookcase right in my house, right in my living room. That's my bookcase right here. And this bookcase is for all of my spiritual books, and also those boxes down there are my candles, right? Those are my candles. And these are my spiritual books, right? And then down here, move this out the way. This is even more of my spiritual books. And they're all spiritual books or tarot cards. There's a couple of tarot cards mixed up in there because I don't have a box for them probably. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, Office Depot. Check out Office Depot and put in the price that you want. So this bookcase here, I believe, was $89. Very cheap. Don't buy anything expensive, the Kiki Witch. Don't do it. A bookcase is a bookcase, right? But this right here only cost me $89. That's the High Priestess Corner. And talking about ask and you will receive, I spent almost a year without a bookcase. And I finally said to God, with my candle magic, I was like, I can't live this way. I've got to organize. So I started envisioning the bookcase, right? So at first I was going to get black bookcases to go to the left and right of my sofa, but I didn't have the sofa yet. And so I went on to Office Depot, but we call it something different here, but it's the same company. And I looked for under $100, and there were quite a few that I could invest in. So then I started looking at the tier. So this has 4 tiers. Some had 5 tiers. Some had 3 tiers. Some were very nicely, organically shaped. And then I had to decide, did I want black? My table here is like, is this oak? I don't know what this is. So at first I was looking for something to match this table. Ultimately, I chose the white because my walls are stark white, right? My walls are stark white. So I thought if I chose white, the bookcase would blend against the wall. And $89. All right. Is there a book that you recommend to read when you start your spiritual journey? Well, there used to be. I used to tell people Embraced by the Light. And I still believe in the book, but since I've gotten more spiritual, I feel like the book stopped somewhere. But it is a good book to begin with. But I'm a little worried about that book, so I no longer recommend it, but I recommended that book for like 20 years. I think if I were to recommend a book right now, I think Understanding Between the Living and the Dead is probably the best way to start, right? Because spirituality, you all don't realize, spirituality is about the dead, right? Not necessarily about the living. If you're going to be spiritual, you got to understand the ecosystem. You got to understand, death brings life, right? So if I were to recommend a book that could change your way of thinking, but it has to be, it's not going to be one book. I think I would choose The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. Ironically, I think I would choose that one. Because it keeps borderlining how the character in the book got to where he is today, and the why, and what a despicable childhood he had, and how there was a need to reconcile, you know, his anger for his father. Like, I think it just covers every human being emotion that we all have. And so, if I were to recommend a book, this is one of the books that we read in book club, I would start there. Right, Kiki Wish? Do you think so? Oh, I love that, Tanisha. I love that. My guides would come through nature when I played this sound bowl. Yes. It's an amazing book. It's an amazing book. So I definitely would invest in that book. It is a movie, but I would tell you not to look at the movie. Reading the book is what will change you, and then look at the movie. But it's a really good movie, but don't do it first. Don't think you've learned something by following the movie. By the way, guys, The Alchemist has already been made into a movie, guys. It's already been made into a movie, The Alchemist. And for right now, Ebony, we are finishing up The Alchemist, but it's all on YouTube. I'm gonna get it all together so that it's compacted into one. Um, that way you could listen to it while you're driving, or sometimes if you're having a bad TV day and there's nothing on, listen to The Alchemist on YouTube. Tres Leche, the 5 people you meet in heaven, is that the one that you're asking about? What is the book? The 5 people you meet in heaven. That's the amazing book that I think could jumpstart your spirituality, because it gives you a relationship between life, death, and spirituality, and why we wind up where we wind up, right? Because the character in the book wound up being a circus maintenance attendant, and I don't think he wanted that for himself. In the long run, I don't think he wanted that. And so you start out thinking this is a very lonely guy, when you discover he had a full life. He had an absolute full life, right? And so sometimes you could meet up with somebody, which just happened to me plenty of times. When you're in New York City, you're going to meet up with characters. So I used to work at Bergdorf Goodman, right? And you would go to the bathroom, and there would be this woman, homeless woman, sitting in Bergdorf Goodman all day. She just come in, sit down, have her bags, just sit there, white lady. And for some reason, she'd sit on the sofa, and it's weird because nobody ever kicked her out. It's like, oh, hello. It's like, oh, hello. But you don't know where spirit is. I don't even know if I was the only one that saw the crazy homeless old lady. I have no idea, because I never even asked anybody. Like, y'all just let homeless people just sit in the bathroom with their dirty asses? Are you serious? Joking. I'm talking about back in the day when I didn't have spirituality inside of me. But I don't remember even asking anybody, but she would always be there. And at some point, I would sit next to her, because you would have your break. And so the bathroom, Bergdorf is a little fancy. You go into a lush room, and then you go into a bathroom. And sometimes when you come out from washing your hands, you just want to sit down. And the sofa with these ladies sitting next to her. And she starts to tell me her story and her history and who she was before I saw who she was. I saw homeless. And she starts to tell me her history and what a fabulous life she had, never once explaining how she got to this spot of homelessness, but fascinated nonetheless when you understand homelessness is not what we think it is. There's a whole stories behind homelessness. And it was fascinating just to sit there and listen to her on my lunch break. Not my lunch break, my break, the 15-minute break, or my break, just to listen to her. And was that spirit? Was her placement there? Because that's the memory I've always kept. So was that placement of that woman significant to me, for me? And that's where this book helps you to have compassion for a maintenance man that's walking with a limp. I mean, it's a really good book. And it helped me not to, well, the woman helped me not to judge so easily, you know? And when it came down to me participating in the homeless community in California, I did it because I had experiences that these characters are human beings trying to survive something that went completely wrong in their lives, right? Getting back to Miko's and Takeoff and what you can do spiritually, can you guys organize a spiritual group of prayer? Is that possible out there? Oh, yes, Ori goes, yes, that was spirit. I know. Yes, I'll do the revelations into a dedicated playlist today. I'll do that today so that you all, because the revelations was, oh, it was a lot to deal with. Once Melissa came along, Melissa helped me so much in receiving the right information because it was heavy in the beginning. Oh, you just ordered the book? Oh my God. I always say you don't know what chapter you are walking in on other lives. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing. All right. And thank you, Ori Naturals. In hindsight, I do believe it was spirit. Yeah. All right. We went over an hour. Let me see if I feel like doing my job. If you want a personal reading with me, and thank you, everyone. Do you know the air is clear? You guys have cleared yourselves up. Thank you. I'm very proud of you all. Yes, you cleared the air. Thank you. Much lighter now. Thank you. All right. 5 things we need to know. CNN never hired me for my job. It's unofficial. No one ever asked me to do this job, and I don't think they ever will. No one's going to bring me on Good Morning America and like, oh, that's such a funny segment you do on YouTube. No. Ori says hi to Kiki Witch. Oh, Kiki Witch says hi, Priestess Ifasheye. You just taught transmuting energy. Thank you. It literally, you guys literally worked on yourself and transmuted the energy. That is spirituality. Yes. Thumbs up. Coochie, coochie, coochie. Listen to me. Before I continue on, November 20th at 6 p.m., respiratory defense for cold and flu season. And let's see how we can take care of ourselves. There'll also be ingredients to help so that your children don't get RSV. But if they do, hopefully they won't be so impacted that they wind up in a hospital. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I've got a video. I've got a video to put in the group feed of these massive fish. You're gonna love it. And these little tiny dories. By the way, dory is 2 things. Dory is a fishing boat, right? And dory is a series of fish. So Finding Nemo, that orange one is a fish. The blue one, the orange one is a dory. The blue one is a dory. And then there's they call it a zebrafish, but it's not a zebrafish. It's a dory. And there's this yellow and black striped one. And you're going to see all the dories, the black and white one in the video. It's real nice. I'll post it. Oh, leaving for Cancun. That'll be my reading selection. Oh, absolutely. You never know. You can be on a daily show with Trevor Nova. No, I won't. He's quitting his show. Nope. Nope. I always wanted to be on Johnny Carson. I always saw myself on Johnny Carson. And then when I was a kid, I was like, I'm going to be on Johnny Carson one day. And then he left. And then Jay Leno came. I was like, I'm going to be on Jay Leno someday. And then he left. And then I just figured out I'm not going to be on any of those shows. Trevor Noah, he's quitting. Nope. Nope. All right. Midterms. Please vote early. Please vote. Please vote early. That. Okay, I'm over it. Ukraine. Russia's repeated attacks on critical infrastructure in Ukraine prompted emergency power outages and restrictions. I'm so sorry, Ukraine. Interest rates. The Federal Reserve raised its benchmark interest rate on Wednesday. Didn't they just raise it a month ago? Bastards. As part of its aggressive battle to bring down the inflation that is plaguing the U.S. economy. First of all, there's no fucking inflation. First of all, they are making you believe that there's an inflation. But somehow, rising interest rates helps combat inflation. Maybe I don't know economics enough, guys. Maybe I don't have the same intelligence. Make it make sense that you raising the inflation rate causes my credit card to be a problem for me, causes my mortgage to be a problem for me. How do you combat inflation when it raises the very things that I need? Help me out, economics people. You tell me. Maybe I'm too ignorant to know the difference. Somebody help me. It's just going to buy the bullshit that, oh, we're going to raise inflation 4 times this year to help out with inflation. Who are you kidding? Can somebody help me? Making people believe that we have a financial issue. We don't have a financial issue. They're tricking you. And you know why they're tricking you? Because the elections are coming up. So they want you to believe that it's a Biden issue, a Biden administration issue. That's what they want you to believe. But instead, everybody's panicking. Oh, the housing prices are going down. We're in a crisis. No, they weren't supposed to go up $100,000. In some communities, $300,000. They're supposed to come down. What you should be saying is, well, it's about damn time. How dare the prices go up during a pandemic? Make it make sense. Tunisia, they're playing in our faces. We're not stupid. And last night I was talking to the group and I'm like, we've been hearing like for over a week now. Oh, the Mississippi River is losing water. There's a drought in the Mississippi River. We have a problem. Mississippi River, Mississippi River, Mississippi River. That's all we keep hearing, right? Oh, that's all we keep hearing, right? Mississippi River, Mississippi River. Next thing you know you know what they said? The barges can't get through because there's not enough water in the Mississippi River, which is going to create a shipping issue. We've been talking about this drought for the longest, and if you've been telling the American public about the drought for the longest, the people in maritime know this. So why are you going to push a barge through the Mississippi River? Go the fuck around the Mississippi River and get those things off those barges. But now they're saying the barges can't get through. So now there's no shipping. So you mean to tell me whatever's in those containers, you're just going to let go to waste? Make it make sense. None of this is real. The drought in the Mississippi River is real. But if you're in maritime, it is your job to reroute the fucking barges, not say to us, it's going to cause major shipping issues. And that's why there's no food in the supermarkets, because the Mississippi River, when the 1% is making sure you guys are having an issue, the 1%, the people that increase, the Federal Reserve that increase, do you know any of their names? Do you know what they look like? Somehow or another, we know where Nancy Pelosi lives. But the Federal Reserve, we don't know any of those people, the 1%. Make it make sense. Stop panicking, people. If there's shipping issues, let me tell you, if there are shipping issues, okay, let me get myself straight. Hold on. Okay. If there are shipping issues, it's because you need to be doing something different. Everybody overeats. So don't let it panic you. Just understand that spiritually, taking care and eating differently is what spirit is trying to tell you. If there's shipping issues, guess what? Then how does McDonald's get their fucking food? How does Taco Bell get their food? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? But you can't make shit come in the supermarkets. Oh, there's no more meat. Then don't fucking eat meat. Show the 1% that you're adaptable. What do you think blacks did all our lives? You want to know how we survived? Well, that's all we get to eat today. All right, I'm over it. Just fire it up. Live your life and start looking at the smoke and mirrors. And if you need to change because there's some shipping issues, then fuck it, change. Eat some more salad. Plant your own goddamn rosemaries and thymes and do whatever it takes. Just don't let them tell you what you can and cannot have anymore. All right. All right, I'm over it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me just read it. The Federal Reserve reserved its benchmark interest rate on Wednesday as part of its aggressive battle to bring down the inflation that is plaguing the U.S. economy. The supersized hike, who uses words like that? CNN, brings the central bank's benchmark lending rate to a new target range of 3.75% to 4%. Economists say this decision marks the Fed's toughest policy move since the 1980s and will likely deepen the economic pain. Raising the hike will likely deepen the economic pain for millions of Americans, businesses, and households by pushing up the cost of borrowing even further. This statement right here is a mind fuck. You read this, you panic. Oh my God, the interest rates are being lifted. Ah! Are you really going to take out a loan right now? No, you're not. Stop caring because you're not going to take out a loan. Stop caring because most businesses can't even open back up thanks to COVID. Stop caring. Brick and mortars are a dying, existing place right now. Don't let this trick you, but it's a mind fuck because once you read it, you're like, inflation. Also, when the overnight bank lending rate, known as Fed funds rate, goes up, various lending rates that banks offer their customers tend to follow. Don't take out a loan. This is real easy. Fuck a loan. So you can expect to see a hike in your credit card interest rates within a few statements. Pay it off. Stop buying from Walmart. Maybe you don't need the furniture that you think you need right now. If you didn't already get it, don't get it now. Maybe with this happening, maybe just paying off your credit card might be, and I might say paying it off, like, I don't know what your limit is, but maybe double it rather than thinking that you need your credit card to purchase. Nope. Nope. All right. Are we good? Your show is empowerment. Aw, thank you. Hi, beautiful baby. Oh, why is this not happening? Here you go. Thank you. Hey, beautiful baby. All right. Oh, God, have mercy. Trump. I still can't breathe when his name comes up. Former President Donald Trump filed a lawsuit to try and stop the New York attorney from obtaining records from the trust that owns the Trump organization. The civil lawsuit was filed hours after a New York judge denied an effort to move New York Attorney General Letitia James' $250 million lawsuit against Trump. His eldest, so that would be Ivana and Junior, and others into another division of New York State Court. So they're trying to get it out from Letitia James. Trump is seeking an injunction to block James from gaining information about the trust because he said James would publicly disclose the information once obtained. I want to know. Trump alleged in the lawsuit. Trump and James are due in court today for the first hearing since the lawsuit allegedly fraud by the Trumps and their businesses were filed. Whatever. World Series. What side are you on? For the second time in the World Series history, a no-hitter was thrown as the Houston Astros defended the Philadelphia Phillies in Game 4. The best-of-7 series is now tied at 2-2. All right. Phillies are no joke, but neither is the Houston Astros, so I don't know. Guys, the Powerball jackpot has reached $1.5 million, and it's okay. I've already won. Thank you. All right. That's it. That's it, guys. Okay. The morning show, the best morning show in town. Thank you. All right, guys, that's everything. Let me get up out of here. I'll be back at 10:15-ish. I usually do a little break, but I didn't today because we went a little over, which is a little, because I like to have my break in between and then come back for dashikis and bonnets. So I can be like all zen. Ooh, very zen. I love you guys. Thank you for putting up with me. Nope. Exactly. If you're watching, there's 67 people in the feed right now. Go ahead and like the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to start advertising about the morning show. So don't mind all the advertisements bringing people over to the morning show. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to Tracey Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracey Brown Live. Go to